Hello, very good evening and a very warm welcome to the south of France. It's last year's runners-up in the Volleyball Champions League. CANNES are up against Ekaterinburg, back after 7 years out of the competition. Well, it's France versus Russia in what should be an excellent duel tonight here on the Côte d'Azur. CANNES, one of the top teams over the last few years, one of the legendary squads in women's volleyball. And they're in Pool A this year. Yesterday there was one match already. Vakifbank Istanbul, the former winners of this competition. 3-0 against Volero Zurich, a 3-0. So a minute's silence for one of the Racing Club CANNES fans who is sadly no longer with us. Just talking about CANNES before that interruption. They are an absolutely wonderful team. So much history in this competition, but so is this lady. Evgenia Estes is back. She was there at the Olympic Games at 37 years of age and clearly delighted to be back playing on the top stage of European competition. Well, this Russian team came third in their National League last year. The likes of Filipova and Evgenia Estes bring quality and experience. And of course, it's a group they've managed to keep together, fending off the attentions of some of the bigger teams like Dinamo Kazan for a few of their players. They've managed to keep the group together, just one outgoing and one incoming in the off-season. So this is the squad that visits tonight. Evgenia Estes, of course, the big name and big star. She's the only player over 30. The big experienced player there. They've got young players such as Safanova who can bring plenty of new things. And of course, talking of experience, their coach has been around for a long time. Nikolai Karpov is still the man in charge here. Well, they've had pre-season training camps over just about everywhere in Eastern Europe. They went to the last year's mecca of volleyball, Baku, to warm up this season, and they're up against a team who played that final in Baku last year. A couple of changes for them this year, but of course they still have the experience of Victoria Rava, their captain and best middle blocker, still evergreen at the age of 37. Young additions such as Rasic are looking good already as well. Freya Albrecht is a new addition this year, 22 years old from Belgium. Started the season strong. CANNES are as yet unbeaten. Veronika Mihailovic is also very strong as well. She's recently changed nationalities from Bosnia to Serbia. And of course, Milena Rasic, 22 years of age, but already a star in the making. She wears the number 16. So Racing Club CANNES all ready to go under the watchful eye of Yang Fan, the naturalised Frenchman. He's been in France now for the best part of 20-odd years since arriving from China. And he's won this competition twice during that time. Referees tonight come from Italy and Germany. Luca Sobrero and Thomas Rietvoort will be in charge. So yes, we can is the message. Can they tonight though? It's going to be difficult to repeat the success of the last few years. But it is, of course, a task that they're no doubt up to. Markiewicz is another new addition over the summer. We saw her in Azerbaijan last year. And of course, there's a new libero. Italian for an Italian. Arcangeli comes in to replace Paola Cardullo. So this is how the visitors will line up tonight. Filipova, Salina, Zarayashko, Chaplina, Pashkova and Evgenia Estes, number 1, and the big name, Tretiakova, is the libero. So they'll play in red, libero in blue, and of course CANNES to get us underway. Milena Rasic also first. She's in that position 1, wearing 16. Let's see how they go on tonight. CANNES in their traditional black tops. It's going to be a good one. tune in and sit yourselves down. So it will be the Serbian Milena Rasic to get us underway. Fresh from the Olympic Games in London. Good early blocking, and that's a very, very good point for Cannes to start off on. Well, they're in front of their own fans, and it's a special place for them, this. The Palais des Victoires literally means the Hall of Victories. And they have plenty of them here. Dominant in the French league. They've won 16 out of the last 18 titles. Salvina, block out, and a good way to respond for the visitors. Who will be desperate to get the slide out going like that. Just keep pace and wait for the home team to make the mistakes tonight. Their coach has been around a long, long time. He knows what it's all about. Well into his 70s now. Rava. And that combination's been going for quite a while, hasn't it? Victoria Rava, 37 years of age. I should say 36, pardon me, until next week. He'll turn 37. Georgian-born, naturalised French international. Salina the setter with the jump out wide. Counter-attack coming here. Nice to put it out wide as well. Mihailovic having a go. Now good patience from Ekaterinburg. Had to travel a long way themselves. Two coaches, of course. Not just 20 years in France, but 20 years in Cannes for Yan Fang. Owns a restaurant as well now with one of his players, Victoria Rava. Mihailovic tries it down the line. Well, had to be alert there. It was very, very good from Markovic. Good, solid defense. Ekaterinburg getting a point off the serve. Markovic down there. And it took them all a little by surprise. I thought that Brankovic had won it down there. Antonjevic the setter. Coming from the back line from Estes. 4 touches. So it's a very, very good start for the visitors now. 4-2. Long, long time since these sides have met, of course. 7 years out of the competition for Ekaterinburg, or Uralochka NTMK EKATERINBURG, to give them their full name. It's Filipova again, who's on a good run on serve. Good work, very good work from the setter. And that was off a difficult reception from Centoni. Anna Antonjevic, the 25-year-old Serbian setter, with a nice tip. 4th season now here at Cannes. Has played her volleyball all over in Serbia and Switzerland. League champion in each of those countries he's played at. Here's Brakanica Mihailovic. Good strong serving in towards Estes. Arcangeli, the libero's down there. Oh, nicely put home. Well, that's looking good from Nadia Centoni. Estes disappointed with her side. Out to her right. Back over into that position 1 there. Centoni, part of this Cannes team that has cleaned up the last 5 consecutive championships since she's been here. The run stretches back further without her as well. Now that's strong. Substitution then. Double substitution, in fact. On comes number 9, Natalia Nazarova, replacing Victoria Chaplina. Also have Yakimova in their ranks, who's not in the squad tonight. She spent 9 years in Belarus, returning to Russia this year. Victoria Rava. Oh, good combinations again with Antonjevic. As I said, the setter's been here for 4 years now. Victoria Rava for even longer. Starting her 18th season in Cannes now. 16 of the 17 years she's won the championship here. Here she is to serve. A superstar locally, not just on the court, but off it too. Well, that one took out her Bosnian number 10. Mihailovic. She was actually born in Bosnia. Started and made a debut for the national team, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and then didn't play for 2 years. Decided she wanted to represent Serbia. Sat out the mandatory 2 years and made a Serbian debut this year. Antonijevic. This time it's Markovic who benefits from some strong, clever, quick setting. Tatjana Markovic in her first full season at CANNES now. Played for Azayol Service in Azerbaijan. Also played in Turkey and back in Belarus. Salina. Well, some good middle hitting from both sides here. Not too many pieces of play in terms of rallies at the moment. It's because the combination between setters and hitters are looking excellent. Here's Irina Zarajasko. Arkangeli. That wider Markovic who whacks the hell out of that one. Lovely opposite play. It's shaping up to be top-level stuff here. Markovic. Good rescue. Estes gets a good hand on it. The swing not able to put it home though. Mihailovic will try. Some defensive work in extremis, but here comes the counter-attack again. Mihailovic this time making no mistake. She's a big, powerful girl, and it showed there. First technical then, 8-7. CANNES and EKATERINBURG, there's not too much between them. I'm not sure if you can hear what Yang Fan is saying at home. Unfortunately, we can't down here at the commentary position. He'll be happy with the start these girls have made, though, I'm sure. Some good clean hitting, certainly over this outside position. Mihailovic just looked good. No wonder Serbia were desperate to get their hands on it. 1 m 91, 21 years of age. Been talent spotted from the South Korean League. Played for Hyundai Hill State last season. Also played in Switzerland for Volero Zurich as well. Twice the League and Cup champion there. There's Markovic in the meantime. Salina. Again, good. They've used that overlap on the outside very well. This will bring Evgenia Estes on to serve. Recognisable face of world volleyball. Some eyebrows raised when she was selected for Russia. Nicely done by Cintoni. Hitting above the block. Not getting high enough. There was still room to land it in. There's Milena Rasic, who turns 22 tomorrow. And she gets an early birthday present there. Straight off the net and over, a little luck. Substitution, what we saw earlier being reversed. Chaplina coming back for Nazarova. 10-8 then CANNES, their first real lead. And if Rasic got lucky the first time, this time she got what she deserved. Salina the setter. And towards Antonijevic. Hammered down. It's been such an interesting journey for Victoria Hava. That's the sort of thing we're used to seeing her do. Long road since her days in Tbilisi, growing up as a kid in Georgia. She's played in Eastern Europe as well, in Baku and Ankara, the capitals of Azerbaijan and Turkey. Certainly settled in France for the last almost 20 years now. Strashimira Filipova. Stanievich, Hava, down the line and on the line. Well, she's go-to. No messing about at all. Okay, that Sophie Perron is getting ready to get involved. Can play libero. May come on to get hold of the defensive play. And it's an ace. Mihailovic and Can turning on the style at just the right moment now. It's a bad leave. And EKATERINBURg really need to get their act together. Could see a timeout coming in soon. Mihailovic, high ball toss, hits hard. Dug out by Estes. Chance for Canada come again though. Needs a good pass, didn't particularly get one. Nicely kept alive. Once more, Can unable to formulate an attack. Gives the opportunity to the Russians. Libero involved. Bump setting up. Mihailovic with a lovely little pass there. Once more, the setter's work has to be questioned. And Can get very, very lucky. And Antonievich really could not set to save her life in that little period. In the end, EKATERINBURg blowing up. They're 4 points down here. No wonder the old coach has still found some fire somewhere. Karpol is not a happy man. He's got a nice philosophy on it though. Most of his players included in the squad are produced, if you like, very much in a centre of excellence style or an academy style by the local school in EKATERINBURg. Says it's a strength and advantage. Not many of the players are known to the world. Of course, if they're struggling, he's not against inviting the odd player who needs a mid-season transfer to come and join them. A couple of Cubans over they've had during the past. But it's not getting better for his side. Again, some tough serving from Mihailovic. She set the tone from the line. Plenty of interested spectators tonight. I can tell you that apart from the local VIPs, the French national coach Fabrice Val is also here. As that one goes long and can increase their lead in the second technical, 16 points to 10. And last year's runners-up from the Final Four in Azerbaijan have started their 2012-2013 campaign in a very positive fashion. So they all seem happy enough, and they've got reason to be so as well. Nice crowd in tonight. Probably around 3 of the 4,000 spectators that this Palais des Victoires holds. Up to the west-hand side of the lovely seaside resort of Cannes. There's the president. She's been in charge for a long, long time. Madame Anne will be looking for more support from those vocal people out there and more top play from these ladies in black. They've been doing the business. Estes and company at the moment struggling. There's Mihailovic again. Once more, plenty of pace on it, making reception difficult. There she is with the save. Hava can't put it away herself. Nice high setting. Estes to come from behind the line. That looks as though it's going out, and it is. And that is a vital side out for EKATERINBURg. Substitution. There goes the number 10, Mihailovic. It's the first look of the night at Tatiana Kozlova, the second season in France. Gets on to try and get hold of the reception. Centoni from the backcourt, good blocking. This is the reaction we wanted to see from Ekaterinburg. That time they showed some character here. Attempt to kill on two there. Hafa couldn't make it either. Salina. Well, looking for the tip. The number 5, Alexandra Pashkova. Lirova was behind and waiting. Perhaps it needed a real touch off the block for Libero to get involved. A long, long way to get forward for Arcangeli. Comes from the Italian league. So here's the captain. Strange service style of hers. Estes has got a chance and she puts it away. So 17-14, still a healthy gap. That's one little problem out of your picture. Can just advised by the referee to check their rotation was in order. Not far away from a rotation fault. Yan Fang has sorted it out. Needs to sort out his size reception though. And the lady that he put on to try and shore it up a little, Tatiana Kozlova, fails. A worried look there. 17-15, early 6-point advantage has been whittled down to 2 now. Attempt to put home. Russian side can come again here. That's better. And the setting was back on cue there as well from Antonijevic. Centoni pulls one out. She started well as the opposite. Centoni, we're used to seeing in Italian colours, the lady from Tuscany. Good attempt to kill on two, some good footwork as well there. Markevich at the risk of taking out a coach. Just couldn't quite keep it in. Almost ran into the man with the computer stats there. Here we go. Get out of the way. Lucky escape in the end. Good work from Antonijevic. Difficult hit from Markevich. Arcangeli set out wide this time to that outside position. Centoni was there, but she's blocked off in the corner. And Ekaterinburg are now a serious threat in this set. Well, for the neutral, it's good to see. There's the way that CANNES started. It looked as though it could be over in a flash. Rasic. Clever, very, very clever and very, very alert as well from Tatiana Markevich, the 24-year-old Belarusian. And at just a vital time, restores the advantage. Substitution again. Out goes number 4, Kozlova. Returning, Brakanitsa Mihailovic. That was an inventive setting. But some pretty poor defending, you have to say. Huge hole left in the centre of the court here. So much space to aim for. P3 left all alone. It's better. Good response through the middle. Just feel that CANNES are one of those teams that have the height and the power to do that. When they're in trouble, quick set. And there are plenty of options always through the middle. If Rava's not there, then the likelihood is that one of her colleagues will be. Always available. Out wide. Mihailovic and Rava a little unlucky. Well, they're all over the net as well there. 20-19. Nice high setting, really varied things. Evgenia Estes, I should say. Good dig out. Mihailovic, long way to go here, watched all the way by Arcangeli. And CANNES are digging this one out. So the introduction of Sophie Perron. Off goes Nadia Centoni. Perron, the 23-year-old. Actually from Calais. Made the move from north to south. Second year down here. Her serve unable to be kept. Ekaterinburg still in with a shout of this first set. And that's what you should have done, says Jian Feng. Not happy with the hands on the block. Very hands-on coach. Very quick to voice his displeasure, but it's a formula that's worked for him. No shortage of success. Was a Chinese international volleyball player, the man who is from Beijing. Now a French superstar coach. Mihailovic. Salina. High setting wide, but that's poor on the spike. Bashenkova, at what is a vital moment in this set, has given the advantage to CANNES. They're 3 points up here, 2 from home. And Ekaterinburg use their second team timeout. Well, once more, up here in the commentary position, we can't hear what the coaches are saying, unfortunately. I hope you can at home. But whatever he's saying, it's certainly not good body language. That is one angry man. Mr. Karpol. Well, the French fans will be calm enough for now. They're very knowledgeable in these parts. Very much like last night, we're in Mosaic. Big crowds. Big following throughout both the domestic and European seasons. They know what quality volleyball is here. They've seen it, and they've seen it yet again there. Mihailovic with her second ace of this set. Her tough serving might just have been the difference between the sides here. It's brought up set point. 4 of them for last year's runners-up. Again, tough serving. Didn't make it easy. Hava will keep it going. Mihailovic, and finishes it off. Wonderfully won first set by Brakanitsa. Mihailovic, the star of that one. CANNES on the way. And the Russians' third place team is a set down to the French champions. Well, they knew it was coming. Charging from the backcourt there. Three-lady wall unable to be put together in place in time. For the moment, yes, they can. Just 19 minutes for 25-20, and CANNES are a setup. Well, where do they go from here? Where do they go from here? That is the question. Could be hoping for something better. There's so much invested in these teams, certainly who have to travel such a long way. Remember, Ekaterinburg, it's on the very eastern boundaries of Europe. Certainly not as easy as just getting to Moscow, which is a trek in itself from the south of France. 4.5 to 5 hour flight. And probably a change or two on the way. These girls will have had a heck of a journey, I can tell you. Upwards of 10 hours, I'm sure. And once they're here, they'll want to perform. Of course, trips to Istanbul and Zurich involved in this group as well. The CANNES players, of course, will want to win their home games. The only way to ensure that you qualify for the next round is to win the group. Victoria Rava and company, that's the very, very least they'll be expecting from their adventure this year. Final four has to be an objective for them again. They are that powerful, and that man is that savvy as a coach. So 1-0, almost ready for the start of the second set. And he's not a happy man. Such a passionate figure. Did say that he was in agreement with the rest of the coaches that they're in a very difficult pool. The toughest of the 6 groups, perhaps the most dangerous for the big teams. Vakifbank and Cannes together is one thing as well. They already met in the playoffs last year. Okay, set 2 then. Can the Russians bounce back? All ready to find out. Irina Zarashko, the 21-year-old number 6. To serve first from right to left. Nicely put home, and a side out to instill confidence from the off in the second set for Cannes. Nadia Centoni it was with a hit. She'll move straight to serve. Enjoy to watch in that opposite position when she's going well. And the real star of this match, though, Mihailovic. Again, strong in the corner. Looking for the tip. Well, Cam weren't alert to it there. Mihailovic jumping. They're going with her. And Libero not quite making it, just a little flat-footed there, Arcangeli. Still adapting to her start of the season. So 3-1 up here. Now their third successive league victory at the weekend over Calais. 3-0 the score, 25-17, second to 19, the third a route to 14. They might be tested a little more here tonight. Mihailovic serve for once being sided out. That is swerve and movement on it. Work to do for the setter. Oh, nicely done as well. Hava, always available. Almost telepathic understanding between those two. Victoria Hava said it would be a dream to become champion of Europe for a third time before she retires. Good side out though, get the thing that Ekaterinburg needed after conceding a very early slight lead here, just to keep the side up pressure on, make sure that they receive well against the tough Cannes serve and start to serve tough themselves. Not been able to do that too much in this match. For the first time though, they've caused some problems. You think back to that first set as well, their comeback from 6 points down was due to CANNES mistakes rather than positive forward-thinking serving and action from themselves. Hence their coach was so mad during the interval. Here's Mihailovic. Chance to attack here for the Russians. But that's poor. And that's bad work from the setter. Salina not really getting onto it there. Antonijevic. All across the court, worked nicely. Kangels getting each other's way. Antonijevic and Centoni with a misunderstanding there. Nicely saved. Picked up. Mihailovic couldn't put home. Estes was there. Hit from behind the line for her. Bump pass cross court. Mihailovic tried to position it in the corner. Libero was there to respond. Good rally this. Centoni put home. And the Italian finally gets the beating of Ekaterina Tretyakova. The ball just seemed to come back every time. It's a clever timeout now from Karpol that's been taken. It's only 6-4. However, the momentum is just starting to swing quite ferociously the way of the runners-up from last year. And once again, there's no moderation, is there? You've given them both barrels already. Antonijevic to continue then. Serbian setter with an ace. Just too good. Just too good for Pashenkova. And it's a very, very good moment for CANNES now. Well, they're going to make sure they keep the pressure up in this set. Force themselves ahead and struggle to maintain the rhythm in the middle part of the first set. Made themselves work again. Estes looking for the push. Antonijevic just make sure her teammates are out the way. Elena Rasic in concrete before Mihailovic puts it into the net. Here's Chaplina. Ace for her. Rare good moment in what's been a very, very sad couple of months for Russian women volleyball. Remember, it was their national coach who sadly died last month. The big thought is that unfortunately he sadly took his own life as well. Certainly for players such as Estes, who's in this team and who went to the Olympics. The Russian national team coach will have been well known and well loved. (8-6) then, first technical of this second set. There's still some technical work for Yang Fang. Even the president's joining in. There's been too many holes in that block, you feel, tonight. Estes and company haven't really managed to keep it coherent. Mihailovic, in particular on the left-hand side, has taken most an advantage to his dissatisfaction. Could be a long way to go, though. Certainly if Ekaterinburg can make sure they get themselves into a consistent rhythm. And it would be a shock if they could produce something here on CANNES' home turf. Markiewicz it was with the serve down the line. Estes misses. Big opportunity for Evgenia Estes. And you would have backed her to put it away. Here we go again. Nice high set out the way, hitting around the block. Antonijevic was there and didn't need to touch the ball. 9-6 here, 3-point lead, and make that 2. It's a poor serve. Now then, what can the Russians offer? Antonijevic. Perfect positioning. Victoria Chaplina was arriving. Just a little too late. Ball bouncing off the floor. Referee Lucas Sobrero. No choice but to call it as in. Rasic down there. Unable to dig out. Lady likes to wear the number 16, the same number she wears at international level. Been playing for the Serbian team since 2009 now. Also, someone we saw in action in London not too long ago at Earls Court. Wonderful volleyball competition that was won by the Brazilians. Push through and under the line. Nice cut shot from Centoni. Just took a bit of pace off it. All about where she was placing that. Really nice hit. Just cutting across the ball. Attempt to kill on 2 was dug out. Mihailovic, power, pace, and precision. 12-8. In the meantime, there will be a substitution for the Russian team. Off goes number 10, Anastasia Salina, the setter. And she's replaced by her backup, Kira Ostromova. No surprise, really. Things aren't going well. Often the first thing you'll see change. New setter, new ideas, perhaps a better night and better form. Such an important role within the team that a change of personnel can really just change it like that. Block out, and that'll work. Certainly very well. It'll work to make it a 4-point advantage again for Kent. And here's the danger lady on serve. Mihailovic again, really forcing some top play from the libero. It's a hard fit from a long way out. And it's just about put in. That's a very, very good spike over in this corner from the header. Really well done by Chaplina. Sophie Pell on his back. Attempt to try and get hold of this service now. So she has played as libero in the past. Certainly occupied that position up at Cannes. It's only 1.71 meters tall. Oh, great football play. Kept it up. Soccer skills coming to the floor. Good reception. Have her out the way. Antonijevic with the pass. Undercooked it a little. But again, the danger is always that you're going to throw it out. So hard to measure those. Hitting across herself, behind herself. That was the great bit of defending that we saw from Nadia Centoni again. Interesting to know if she's played soccer before. Side out that they force home. This takes things up to 14-11. Good serve. Great serve from Victoria Hava. Plenty of confusion amongst the opposition players. Libero involved as well. I just haven't been too impressed with Ekaterina Tretiakova. Has really struggled to impose herself and pick up those defensive points. And their role really is to dig the undiggable. Here she is, makes a good pass this time. It was fairly simple. And it helps her team, at least as the foundation on which they side out. Things aren't getting any better for him at the moment. 3 points behind here. This is an important one. As they all are, but they're already a set down, remember. They need some momentum in the match. Oh dear. And that is a clear example of just how much things are going wrong for Ekaterinburg. 16-12 down, clear lack of communication. And when a defensive play like that results in a point for your team, you know you've got lucky. Can just giving them the ball back there, saying you have a go. That's all they could do with the third touch. Yan Fang just making sure that things do get better. He obviously feels that his side are yet to reach their technical peak, despite their 3 wins from 3 in the French Championnat. Antonievich. (17-12) goes to 17-13. Just at a period in the match now that really is going to decide the course it takes over the next half an hour to an hour or so. Ekaterinburg really need to show something quickly if they have any designs on getting themselves a foot at least in the match. They are nowhere to be seen at the moment. Can not even in top gear. Big block there. You can see by the way Yan Fang was a little unhappy with his team still, despite their comfortable winning margin. And they weren't at their best. So 18-13. Again, strong serving. Not afraid to shove it into the libero. She's reacted a little better over the last few serves. Mihailovic asks for a little pardon from her coach. Not sure why, she's had a great game. No need to play at the ball there. And it's just too simple for the French ladies. 17 French championships, 16 Coupe de France, twice Champions League, also twice runners-up since they won it as well. Their achievements on a relatively small budget have been pretty much wondrous. Good chance for Estes to tip and shows all of her quality. Nice to see her into the game. We're taking 2 of the big veterans of the European game in Hava and Estes. Estes with a little more pressure on her here. She is the star without a doubt. Hava surrounded by excellently gifted and supremely experienced players for their age. That's poor play. And with Arcangeli unable to get a decent reception on it as it came over. Can allow Ekaterinburg back to within 3 points. Irina Zarashko. Poor reception by Mihailovic. Arkangeli trying to rescue Mihailovic, her chance. Hitting high, hitting long. And CANNES are losing their way, rather like they did in the first set now. Very similar pattern here. Crowd have just gone quiet. Just need that spark to wake them up again. Mihailovic can't put home. Chance for the Russians to get back to within one single point. And there it is. Smashed home by Pashenkova. We might see a timeout. In fact, we do. CANNES take their first team timeout of the match. And boy, do they need it. EKATERINBURG coming strolling back. Yan Feng, of course, with the multinational, multilingual makeup of this team, giving his team talk in English. Oh, the first time she looks a little worried. There's Madame Anne. Antonijevic. Oh, nice put down. Mihailovic back on song. So Kozlova's back. Just come on in place of Rava. 1m85, 28-year-old Tetiana Kozlova. Ukrainian hitter. Serves. Tess Esquez. And it's a good kill on two. Clever stuff by Salina. It's the experiment with Ostromova. The reserve said it didn't work really. A serve. Evgenia Estes. Now again, the announcer now just asking for some noise here because it's gone quite quiet. The hitting players will sense the nervousness and they'll try and build on it. Antonijevic up into the corner again. Block out is a safe option. Certainly has been in this match. Whenever they've been on the ropes, nice quick middle hit or a set up into the corner, make sure they get a block out. Victoria Rava showing all of her experience. It runs in the family with her as well. Her husband, Alexander Yoshvili, is also a volleyball player, plies his trade down in Nice. There'll be some fingernails being bitten though by him and his family at the moment. Because it's not plain sailing as it looked as though it was going to be. Antonijevic to set. Mihailovic from the back line, rising perfectly and smashing home. Back in front by just a point. Again, look at the block though. Nothing sticking together for them. Three bodies up there, but all wide apart. Plenty of space to aim at for Mihailovic. Has been on the block where EKATERINBURG really have struggled. Of course, reception has been up and down for them. And they've hit the high notes though, they've been good. Just need to find that consistency. Now would be a good time for them. It could really change the shape of the match. Can need to dig tough here. Antonijevic needs a good hit, and they find the blocking just at the right time. Irina Smirnova. There was no way through. And this now is Filipova. One more point for a set point chance for the visitors. Come into this game out of nowhere. Really did not look at the races. And my, oh my, did Can need that. She's been the go-to lady tonight, Mihailovic. And once more. Nicely disguised by the setter, Antonijevic. .23 each. Set point then. As easy as that. Much confident when they touch the ball now. Much more confident. Setting has an assertive nature to it. The hitting is that much harder and more precise, and it's 24-23 for Ekaterinburg. Poor reception. Centoni having to think about it now. Now they've got the chance to level up. Estes with the hits, and there it is. One set apiece. Ekaterinburg are back in it. Wanfang shaking his head alongside the captain. He is not a happy man. Change emotions for the coach and the president. And there'll be a short inquest here as to what went wrong for the French team. So that wasn't expected. 22 minutes for 25-23 for Ekaterinburg. One set all. And the Russian team, well, good to see them showing their stripes. Certainly have reminded the runners-up from last year that they're in a game now. They do tend to have off nights every so often, Can. Of course, on their day, they're a force to be reckoned with. Certainly thinking back to the playoffs and the game against Vakifbank where they were destroyed by 3-0 in Istanbul. But then turned it around here, winning the golden set, remember. They too tend to put their team through it and their fans as well. Plenty of drama where they're involved. Good to see some smiles on the opposite side. Representing the Russian league. In the meantime, it's time to do some talking about tactics. Wanfang in conversation with his assistant. Of course, they've been in this position before. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly what went wrong, I'm sure. More intensity in this set. Certainly a chance to continue that intensity right through it. They've had big leads in both sets. Despite winning the first, they've backed off a little and have been unable to keep the rhythm. Estes's team have stayed constant and made sure they've improved as the sets have gone on. All ready to go then. One set apiece. It will be Can to serve from right to left at the start of the second set. No changes in the starting six for them. Players who failed in the second set and gave away that big advantage of 5 points haven't been given another chance by Wanfang. It'll be Tatiana Markevich, Belarusian international, who will serve first. Survived by Mihailovic. Salina. Oh, good play, really good play. Superb piece of defense. It's put home by Mihailovic, and that is how to play side-out volleyball by CAN. Under pressure from the start. Superb bit of defense from Milena Rasic. A rotation fault. And that is the most basic of errors from Ekaterinburg. Make sure you're in the right place at the right time. Looked to be Alexandra Pashenkova who was the culpable party. This time it's all right as Estes receives. Chance to put home herself, gets very unlucky into the net, and it's a head start for CAN. 3-0, and timeout taken already by Ekaterinburg. Momentum stopper more than anything, you feel. I'm sure not much has changed tactically since the start of the set. What the heck are you doing in terms of where the positioning was there? It would be nice if they could do something to make him smile. I'm sure he'll be content at the back of the match. But there's no point in winning that second set. They're going to let it go again in such dramatic fashion. 3 points on the spin off this lady's serve. Tatiana Markiewicz as Yan Fang looks on. And the timeout does its job. Often a good case, that. Pushed through by Rasic. Arcangeli. Libero setting this time. Oh, nice play again by Arcangeli. Italian international does well as Mihailovic pushes it on. Estes was there to pick up, put on the tip, and it's done nicely. Arcangeli this time beaten. And good patience from Ekaterinburg. Once more, it's CAN getting in front. And the visitors able to work it around. Nice push out of Mihailovic. Down the line. Took a touch anyway. Failed attempt to pick up the ball from Pashenkova. Great how he lives every point. So much passion in volleyball. Salina. Not quite the block out the Russians were looking for. Tipped by Rava, but it's still going. Great chance to keep it going here. Cannot be disappointed they couldn't actually make up and set for spike. This time they will better do. Tenievich, Mihailovic blocked. Superb from Salina. Well, if they haven't shown technical consistency throughout this match, the one thing they have shown, the Russian team, has been plenty of character. Extremely impressive. Four apiece now. Anastasia Salina, the setter to serve. Goes long with Mihailovic. Contact a little questionable. Of course, off the serve, led off, but she certainly whacked it home. Chen sees Centoni replaced. Kozlova comes on. Should want to serve. Centoni takes a number and is ready to return in just a moment. Good serve, really good serve. Swinging, swerving, moving. Difficult to deal with. Great play from Kozlova, the Ukrainian. Medals have followed her career around. 4 times Ukrainian League winner, now French champion. Almost won the Champions League in her first year here. Estes having to rescue. Rava. Rava down from a long way. Mihailovic trying to put home. Nicely kept alive here. Needs better communication. Oh dear, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Mihailovic didn't get up right, didn't meet it right. Question is, was the set right? Mihailovic off balance when she hit that one. Disappointed with herself. A little nervous look out as it went. Out it does go though, 7-5. There's Mihailovic again. Good, strong, powerful serving is what we've come to expect from her tonight. Almost did its job. Estes receiving fine. It was nicely finished off. Chaplina. Here she is to serve. Markiewicz. Touch off the block of Pashenkova. Once again at the technical, it's CAN who lead 8-6, but we all know that there have been different stories written in the second half of each set to the ones we've seen in the first. Victoria Rava, who takes on a very hands-on role as captain. Just reinforcing the ideas the coach passes over to his girls. Here's Rava then to serve. Nicely put home. Good response from Zarashko. Everyone's setting into quite an attritional battle here at the moment in this third set. 8-7. Kozlova. Can get a little bit of luck. Again, it's that up and down dip of consistency, or lack of it. Lack of communication at times as well from EKATERINBURG. And she was alert to the tip there, that's good. Nobody seemed to help to follow up though with her. Would have needed a better contact anyway. Blocks. First one we've seen this set really from CAN. Markiewicz is there, and that's the part of the game they controlled and dominated in the early parts of the match. CAN can find that again, could spell danger for the visitors. (10-7), Antonievich with the serve. 4 points now, the lead. This is good from the setter. Again, it's a dart, an arrow into the same place, exactly the same result. And it's timeout number 2 taken by EKATERINBURG. Antonijevic on a service run, and look at the damage it's doing. The crowd a little louder, thankfully now, settled down. One set all, but CAN edging their noses back in front. Well, he always has a good time, no matter what. Just watch the men's team as well, who play in red here, hence his multicoloured costumes. Antonijevic. Once more, great serving. Arcangeli's down there to keep it alive. Third touch had to go over. Estes with a chance. Arcangeli's there, equal to it. Great chance for Mihailovic. Blocked with iron arms from Irina Zarashko. She has been the strongest blocker in this match. Thankfully, making sure she formed a partnership there with Estes. Almost looks certain there for CAN. Zarashko to serve. Kozlova to receive. Now Maresic, 2 from 2 on the block. Filipova this time alongside Estes. It's been predictably unpredictable, if you can get my drift there. In each set we've had CAN go ahead, look too strong, and then somehow Ekaterinburg have found the response. Just like they're doing now. Once more, that inconsistency. Estes might have the experience, but she's surrounded by players who haven't reached anywhere near her level at the height of the world game. Trying to pass on her knowledge. Antonijevic, Kozlova to hits. Comes straight back. Kozlova. Oh, wow. That's 3 blocks from 4 now. And Ekaterinburg really are a force to be reckoned with in this match, I have to say. Just when we think about writing them off, they come back. Arcangeli was there. Kozlova. Well defended. Mihailovic again. Here's Kozlova to hits. Mihailovic. Markevich couldn't tip home. Arcangeli having to pass well. Up for Kozlova in the corner. Great defense this, very, very strong block defense. And it has worked for Ekaterinburg. Well, well, well. Once more, a more than solid advantage for CAN. Has evaporated. 12-12. And Ekaterinburg forcing this man to take time out. Just 12-12, already had 3 of the 4 timeouts you can have in a set. Ekaterinburg taking both of theirs very, very early on. And then Yan Fang feeling the need to speak to his players. Well, for once he wasn't shouting, didn't need to. A good solid comeback. Now can they keep it going? Darashko. Set wide, Rasic going through the middle. I haven't seen CAN desperately need a side out in that manner for quite a while, any form of volleyball. (13-12). Mihailovic and Rasic, the Serbian combination in the wall. 14-12. Mrakic and Mihailovic. Certainly proving to be an excellent discovery. Said it earlier, no surprise that Serbia wanted to get her into their national team rather than playing over the border in Bosnia-Herzegovina. As Filipova tips down. She's awoken in the game as it's gone on. There's one of their star middles. There's Estes. Mihailovic. Estes keeps going. Alina. Oslova trying to calm down Milena Rasic, 14-all. Mistake. Rasic has made a couple of on the trot now. No real opposition in the middle hit. Big place in the court to aim for. Don't be surprised if Victoria Rava returns. Kozlova. Once more, it's going to come back. Arkangeli. Mihailovic. Can't put home. And there's something not going right here for CAN. 16-14. Remember, get involved. Tell us at home what you think is going wrong here for CAN. And if you feel that Ekaterinburg can overtake it and take it on from there. Maybe you're watching in Russia. Let us know what you think. Write into us on Twitter at Robert_Hatch, H-A-T-C-H, that is. And we'll see if we can read out the best of your opinions as this match goes on. Certainly very entertaining. Evgenia Estes on serve. She'll much more enjoy being in this position, having scaled the heights in her career. Big chase on for Mihailovic. Very unorthodox. It's going to come back. Confidence flowing. But that is a big miss for Ekaterinburg. A little disappointing for Filipova, who's played well in this set. And a chance now for Rasic and company to try and close this gap. Is Ekaterinburg in charge in this third set? Once more, coming from quite a few points down. (17-15). Reception a little questionable. Mihailovic. Salina. Off the block, out it goes. Defender was already committed in the backcourt. Tatiana Markevich. And CAN are in trouble here. The crowd once more has gone very quiet. There's some long faces behind that referee's chair. Mihailovic. Good take by Arkangeli. Mihailovic again. Kept alive as Antonievich fails to set properly. Alina Mihailovic getting up there. Nicely read by Kozlova, the defender. Arkangeli with good power in the head. And that's better. Well, it looked as though there were no way through. Such an important point for CAN there. Ekaterinburg had a cushion and were all ready to extend the lead for 4. Everything kept coming back. Both on block and on stationary defense in the backcourt. And Ekaterinburg have improved no end. Yan Fang, 19-16. We're wondering how on earth these girls, from complete situations of control, have let this go. Antonijevic got lucky there. The coach out of your picture knows that. Has waved his hand in a manner and a gesture to say, well, we got away with that one, girls. I'm sure he couldn't wish for anybody different than this young lady to be taking on serve now. She is the powerhouse in this CAN team. Mihailovic, plenty of power. It's come back though, Arcangeli saves. Chance for Markiewicz. Just too strong. And once more, everything built on that solid platform. Salina setting much better. Just making it hard for CAN to score now. Really having to work. So that last rally they got the big point from. CAN perhaps not serving as tough as they were a little earlier on. The charge sounds, and they do need a charge on the scoreboard. 2 points down here. Good serve, well dug out by the libero. Rasic through the middle. For 20 points to 19, it's back to within one. Tarashko failing. Oh, good defence. Very good defence from Rava. It's a long way down for her, remember. One of the taller players in this Champions League. Salina. And once again, CAN really struggling. Defence is weaker. The block is almost inexistent as Yan Fang again gestures with his hands. Rava with a couple of really good pieces of defence, but nothing else. Hit off the block. Zarashko as a middle has come alive in this third set. Rasic, dug out by the Russian libero. And once more, the lead is added to. Yan Fang has a timeout left, and he's going to use it. 22-19. Last throw of the dice here for CAN in this third set. What on earth has happened? Well, I know that I asked you in the last timeout what exactly you thought was happening. And I can tell you that Luigi Talainman, who's written in on Twitter, on the Twitter feed, @Robert_Hatch. They said that CAN aren't playing like the massive favourites they were pre-game. He thinks it's got 5 sets written all over it. I certainly wouldn't disagree with him. Certainly since the second set, and CAN proved again that they were able to throw away big leads. Well, Milena Rasic's not having a good game tonight. That's led to the introduction of one of their new summer signings, Freya Albrecht from Belgium. 22-year-old middle. First season in the French league after 4 years at Asterix Kiedrecht. There's Markiewicz. Spiking cross-court from that outside position. And that is the first stepping stone for CAN if they're to come back at the end of this third set. Markiewicz under the head of the libero. Well, they need this lady to direct oppositions with real clarity now. Antonijevic, the setter. It's her serve. It's killed on too. Salina, certainly since she was whipped off in the second set, replaced with the experiment of the second set, Kyria Stumova, has played with more confidence. Killed those balls when there's been no set on 2 or 3 times now. Again, good advantage from Filipova in the block. Kozlova looking to tip. Well alert to it in the backcourt. Estes down the line. Mihailovic has lost a mojo on reception. It is 24-20. And now 4 set points to the visitors, which means we'll now see Nadia Centoni come in for Tetiana Kozlova. 4 chances to win the set here for Ekaterinburg. Brilliant comeback it's been. Oh, it's gone wide, and they don't need it. They only need just the one. 25-20, and our first shock of the season could well be on the cards here in the CV Champions League. That banner perhaps not doing them too many favours at the moment. No, they can't. 2-1. It is 25-20. Just 21 minutes it took Uralochka Ekaterinburg, who are back in the Champions League for the first time in 7 years, to turn this around and go 2-1 up. They're looking very, very good and playing with complete confidence here against last year's runners-up. So Victoria Rava earning a call now, giving the team talk. The rousing music is on here in the Palais des Victoires. And they need it. They certainly do. They need the crowd to get involved, and they need their players to find that consistency again. Otherwise, it's going to be a rather unhappy start to this Champions League season. And of course, this being a home match gives them so much to do, remember. There's a home match against Vakifbank as well. Trips to Turkey. Trip into deep Russia, and of course let's not forget that they've got to go over the border to Switzerland as well. So 2-1 the score. That's how it's played out in terms of each set score. And back against CANNES, coming back into this one. Of course, CANNES are the stronger side on paper, no doubt about it. They also have the prestige and the recent form. Great start of the season domestically. Of course, there's no real relation in the French league, unfortunately, at the moment, with the lack of relative power as far as the Champions League is concerned. But we're talking about only the third place team in the Russians league. And a team that's made up of plenty of local girls. So Freya Albrecht is in the starting 6 this time as we get ready to start this fourth set now. A good start. Estes is there to receive. Antonievich. And this fourth set follows the pattern of an early good start from the home side. It's time to look to back it up. 2-0. That means Nadia Centoni will continue on serve. And errors started to creep in now for Ekaterinburg. Again, they've done all the hard work here. They themselves will be desperate to see this through. So close to a big result that will put their attempts to reach the knockout stages on track. Long and wide again from Filipova. There's a few of those players who aren't involved tonight, look on. Good to see them coming to support their girls. Stromova, that was the reserve setter. Desperate to get on the ball here. Need to see her. Well played by Estes. And after 4 unanswered points, Ekaterinburg finally make sure they side out. I can tell you that Salina, the setter, or the #1 choice setter, has been asked to go off for a rest. Easy tip over from Filipova. Good service pressure. Game reception questionable, it has to be said. Evgeny Estes. Antievich. Blocked by Ushkakova. Have a blocked in the corner. Nicely read by Shentoni, as you can see. But 3 now. And the difference in the block, as far as Ekaterinburg is concerned, has been certainly noticeable in the sets. Much more of a coherent look about it. Moving together, jumping together. Well, they were beaten on that occasion. Victoria Hava getting that set as she enjoys it. Certainly one from the CANNES playbook. All behind the setter into that position with Hava running a ring around her. Oh, good take. Very good control by the libero Trechakova. Chaplina putting down. Chaplina Rushkakova. Made sure they got the touch. Again, quite a nervous start to this set for the supporters here. They'll have been pleased to see their team roll out into a 4-point lead. They know that this is a set they must win. The pressure really on the home team now. Ekaterinburg playing with more confidence again. Chance for the setter to get on the ball. Played into the corner. It'll come back though. Markevich. Estes puts home. Lovely big leap from the backcourt. I expected her to guide the rest of her team through the match tonight. Considering the fact that she's no spring chicken, she's played well. Poor reception, poor handling. And CANNES, once again, are in danger of throwing this away. Yan Fan is asking for reinforcements. 6-6. Substitute box. There's a hive of activity. There's more good serving and yet more poor reception. Means that Ekaterinburg slide into the lead now. Mihailovic there. And once again, the stadium announcer forced to ask for the crowd to lend a hand. Ball blocked out. Exactly what Albrecht was hoping for. Big change for her, first time she's played at this level. Champions League debut for young Freya Albrecht. And a Belgian international debut as a teenager, 2006. As Nadia Shentoni rises. First technical, CANNES ahead, but it's so close. 8 points to 7. Still not entirely happy, the coach. Attitude of the Russian goals has been good. There's been no drama, even when they were playing poorly. Yes, the coach let fly, but that's his job. Players kept their calm, and they've remained level-headed throughout. They still know there's a job to be done yet. Those most nervous look to be those in the stands. Of course, they've waited since March to see the Champions League resume. As have we all. Treated a wonderful summer of volleyball, though, at the Olympic Games in particular. World Grand Prix and World League a little earlier and more condensed this year, but also brought us plenty of drama as well. Albrecht makes the fake. Hit came from Mihailovic. And as Estes plays it forward, nicely timed and perfectly put home off the block. Albrecht rising over there with the number 15, Tatiana Markiewicz. And again, the hands of Zarashko. Really well done. Watched it so well. Chaplin at a serve. Albrecht heading home a first point. Good middle hitting. Tanievich had an easy job on the set that time. Markiewicz now to serve. Ignores the libero. Chance for Estes to hit. Didn't quite get the run-up or the spike she wanted. Block putting her off a little, and that's excellent defense from Tchechakova. Back line hit. Albrecht wants it again. This time it's gone outside of Centoni, though. Just enough to force that beyond the block. In the meantime, after that goes home, there'll be a change of setters once more. Salina's had a chance to have a rest. And off goes Shostromnyova. Markiewicz again. Diagonal run as she serves. It's a very good one. Gets the better of Pashnikova. And can make his life just that little bit more difficult. On track to take it to 5, which is what the French club needs to do. Sure, even if they win this, Laura will be disappointed to have dropped a point at home. Of course, only 2 points rather than the 3 coming for a win in 5 sets from the breakup. 3-1 or 3-0 needed for those 3-point wins. 3-point win still possible for the Russians. That really would be a surprise, but excellent start to their return after 7 years absent from the top European Cup. Here's Pashnikova. Coming straight back and put home. Sarashko's gobbled those up all day. Great awareness from her at the net. Good rise. There was no jump, it was a free ball. Pashnikova with the set. Serve, I should say, pardon, as Mihailovic can't put it home. Estes. Nicely done by Tretjakova. Really well done into the block. That's got the home crowd going a bit. Mihailovic, after starting so well, been a little up and down. Making sure he made a block, though. Certainly saw some entertaining matches last week at the World Championships. First round of the Champions League has brought us entertainment as well. Remember, all 6 matches of the preliminary round this year before the end of year, before the end of December. Then we're straight into the playoffs in January. Slightly different format. As Filipova blocks. Yang Fan again, things to ask questions. All on her own there in the centre. Rava going straight into her hands. High fives well deserved. Again, Ekaterinburg take the lead. Good service. Centoni working. Compatra Arcangeli put down on 2. She's done that well tonight as Salina. Timeout, 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 says Yan Fang. That's exactly what he's going to get. Ekaterinburg won't have wanted to had to stop that. Momentum going well for them. The French side need to resume their top play. It's not their night, and they need a working performance. Well, it's a tough watch tonight. Be a few more blows to the cheeks yet, maybe. Certainly if Ekaterinburg continue the streak. Tinjevic wide, Centoni. Chance for it to come back, somebody has to claim it. In the end, that's robbed them of the opportunity to set up the spike. Here comes Centoni again. Set this time, oh, it looked to be carried to me, that. Referee doesn't call it. Finally will squeeze it through, and they might feel it's justice. I'm sure there was a carry ball in that. Nicely put home. Salina really has improved in her setting as the match has gone on. Arcangeli moving to the right, throwing her body about it. Chirkova. Good long pass this. Oh, Mihailovic can't put it home. Chance again to set up high. Rushkova, big block. And what a time to bring it. Just as Ekaterinburg looked as though they're going to press the pedal down. Can respond and show some great character of their own. Victoria Hava, who else? Temptation to kill it on too. Mihailovic, big pass here needs to be made. Chance again, it's going to come back now. Blocked sword, it's a good job it did come back. Can, on level, spectacularly strong defense. Well, once more, the home challenge is ignited alive. Brilliant stuff by Mihailovic. Passed along, and yet another block. This time, coming from the arms of Markiewicz. Ava awaits. Ace. Now they're talking. And who would have believed it just a moment ago at the second technical can or in front. Just a point. But they're well and truly back on track. And they need to be. No wonder he's angry. There was 1 point there, and after all the hard work in defence, Can manage to stop a 4-point advantage being eked out by Ekaterinburg. Had that happened, and they would have had 1 foot already out of this sports hall and back to the hotel. So, second technical out the way. That's the technicals for this match now, set 4. Approaching the business end of this set. Big points required from CANNES if they're to stay in the match. Oh dear! An absolute gift. And Antonievich cannot take advantage of it. Now, what on earth happened there? Superb serving. It's come straight back at her, a gift. Well, it's one of those where she tore off the wrapping paper too quickly, without quite looking what was the form of it. Had already given to Can. And they side out straight away. Just keeps their challenge on track. Big moment of bad morale. Certainly shock at the error that was made before. Chance here for Can. Once more. Ooh, the block was there, but the hand's not quite good enough to take it down. Can 2 ahead, and they really have had a reversal in fortunes over the last 5 minutes again. Big swings and changes in momentum in this match. This is more like the Can we were seeing at the start of the game. Alina. Ekaterinburg need to side out. They can't buy one at the minute. Yet another point for the home side. And you've got to feel there's a timeout coming for the Russians soon. There we go. Desperate to get off and have a breather. They're probably going to get a shouting at. Cannot quite there yet in terms of forcing the decider, but they're getting there. And his face might get a little redder if they do. All the hard work that's put in on the coaching side of things by him and his team. Remember, these are groups of players that are developed in-house. Can, in the meantime, have got the stars and pulled them from all over Europe. Very different philosophies. Clashing here tonight on the Côte d'Azur. Well, they need to decide that ball out. So, is there going to be another swing and comeback here? Filipova. He's been so often the source of strong hitting at the net. Now comes to take the serve. On the line. Perfect placement. Albrecht points to it. She runaways and celebrates. She's been a good addition to the team here. Let's help them regather their momentum. And it's forcing the other side to make mistakes. It looks as though we go to 5. Can just need to hold their nerve here. Anja Antonievich. Picked up by the libero, hit through the middle. And Sashasko makes sure her side has the serve back. Difficult one for the setter, it was a gift. Oh, Cannes happy, they feel that it was played on the side of the French team. Make your own minds up there. Clear to see on the images. That's what the referee saw. Oh, poor stuff from Arcangeli. And the challenge is suddenly in danger of collapsing. Once again, who would have thought it? Yet another swing. There's no side can continue in a side-out rhythm and continue to add to the score. There have been ups and downs, peaks and troughs, whatever you want to call them. And both coaches have had to try and deal with it and gee up their sides. Yan Fang is the latest to have that task. Ekaterinburg still with a chance of taking all 3 points. Has to be the aim now for the position they're in. What a start it will have been if they managed to do so. Still 1 more point to make up. Meanwhile, in the president's seat, things aren't that rosy. It is a very, very nervy night. Arcangeli passes cross court. Come back here, chance to level things for Estes. And there it is, 21 apiece. Cannes in trouble. They were 4 points up here. Change for them, Nadia Centoni's going to return. Off goes number 4, Tetiana Kozlova. The change we've seen on and off throughout this match. The experienced Centoni returns. Well over a couple of 100 caps for a country. 22-21, what a roll. 5 on the spin here from Ekaterinburg, and again the crowd has gone deadly silent. No wonder. Chaplina, who did the damage at the second set when they came back on serve, is there again. And Fang is calling replacements from the substitute box. Game reception has gone to pieces, looked just about good. Oh, it was close. Very close to the line. Nobody's arguing with it though. Let's have a look. Ooh, a couple of centimetres in from the line. Russians leaving it 22-all. This could be the end game here. Cannot be hoping that they can win it and take it to a decider. Estes long, big mistake from a very big player. So yet another swing. And it's now Ekaterinburg who take time out. A rather more calm approach this time from the coach. Arbol with just a couple of words to say. Yan Fang, 2 more points for him, and they can go to a 5th. It could fall either way. Depends who is in charge at the next little period. Estes with another chance. This time makes no mistake. Well, it's a ball that had a side out. Cannes just must return to calm. If they can side this ball out, then they'll get a set point chance. Ekaterinburg, on the other hand, pressure off them here. Point on serve will mean match point. Great serve. Oh, it's going to come back. Estes! Match point to Ekaterinburg. And what on earth has happened in this 4th set to the Cannes reception? Ekaterinburg yet again. I have to say that they should be deserving of their win here. Can have made just too many errors. It's going to come again. Oh, almost back to Uralochka, who wasn't quite alert this time. Big point. Albrecht knows she's got to get the serve right now. They save one match point. Need a point off the serve to prevent another big pressure situation. Albrecht's going long. The crowd getting a little excited. They can see it landing on the line. Block just wide. 2 match points now, saved by the runners-up from last year. Well, the longer this goes on, the more nervous the visitors will become. Always difficult when you can't finish it off. Just tends to hand the other side the opportunity. And there it goes! That's how quickly things can swing round. Mihailovic there. Big block in the corner. And suddenly it is CANNES who have the chance to take this to a 5th set. If they can do that, they will have the confidence and momentum to stop the breaker. So important this. Efgens. It's unconventional, but it's done the trick. And Mihailovic puts home 2 sets all, and we go to a tiebreaker. No shortage in drama. It's certainly nail-biting. However, at the moment, it is very rewarding. 2 sets apiece. Cracker of a match here on match day 1 in the Champions League. Pool A with no shortage of entertainment. It is Ekaterinburg 2, CANNES 2, and we go to a decider. So who's going to win it now? Place your bets. Remember, get in touch on the Twitter feed, Robert_Hatch, HATCH, and let us know your thoughts. Well, those who perhaps turn up tonight expecting a CANNES walkover, I'm expecting this to still be playing right now. Approaching 10:25 local time in the evening on the south coast of France. At the moment, Yan Fang is desperate to get the job done. 2 points on the board, a win on the board. Not what he was hoping, but is the minimum that he will expect from this match. Ekaterinburg have shown, certainly if they can maintain this level throughout the competition, that this is certainly going to be the tough group in this first phase. Vakif Bank, remember, beating Zurich 3-0. They're a strong team. Of course, world champions last year, let's not forget. Yan Fang just making sure that the rotation is the one he wants. The starting 6 for this decided at 15 points. Ekaterinburg throwing away 2 big opportunities. Mihailovic with 2 huge points to keep that lady, and the rest of the crowd with hope of going home relatively happy tonight. CANNES taking the lead in this match, then being pegged back to 2-1 down, facing 2 match points to save. They saved them both. That man's team unable to secure it 3-1. And now Ekaterinburg are going to have to refine their own confidence and form to try and make something of it here in the 5th. all ready to go then. Ekaterinburg will start this fifth and final set. Nastasia Salina. Right to left, 2 sets all, 2 points up for grabs. One, of course, to the loser here. Point for reaching the 5th set, as that's an ace to start for Ekaterinburg. Remember, looking back on all 4 of the previous sets, you've had CANNES taking an early lead, and the Russians coming back. Not just any old early lead, we're talking 3, 4, even 5 points. It's been a very strange match in the way it's played out. Estes gets very lucky, extremely lucky in fact. Nothing that the Cannoise players could do about that. Well, you'd have thought that they would have really struggled mentally and morally. But Ekaterinburg have come out firing here. It's CANNES who must refine the form again. Constant fight for them. Not only against the opposition, but against their own wavering form here. They'll be happy to get back to league action, I'm sure, at the weekend before they are in Champions League action next week, just to rebuild the confidence. Hava rebuilding the confidence temporarily there. Got the better of Filipova at the net. Side out. That now brings Kozlova to serve. Put home quickly. Filipova, again looking confident in her swinging at the ball. Here she is on serve. Four 1 here. Remember, early leads, much more difficult to make up in these 5 sets. Tie break time. CANNES have to get it right. They can't afford to wait till halfway through the set this time. Estes keeps it alive. Another chance here for the Russians to add to their lead. Big touch by Centoni. Oh, and thankfully, Hava appears with a block. Albrecht cheering them on from the bench. Why am I, did they need that? 4-2. Mihailovic, how they need a service run from her. Again, it's foul. And it's very, very strong. Absolutely foul to deal with those swerving movements. But it was sided out. Chance for Chaplina. Served well here today. Gain the float. Ask questions of Alcangeli. Try to kill on 2. It's nicely read as Estes will get her own chance to tip. Antonievich. Hava. Oh no, it's long. Referee says it's long. The Russians cannot believe it. The ref says he saw it. The line judge actually gave it as in. It might be a good decision by the referee, certainly from a view up here. So that Yan Fang out of your picture there was going absolutely berserk with the linesman, almost costing him a point. Referee overruling. Our man from Italy, Luca Sobrero. CANNES back in the money. There's always more to come here. This time it's the Russian coach who remonstrates with the referee. He says that was taken in the Russian half. He might have had a point. 5-4. CANNES with still a point to make up here. Remember, it's a race to 15, 2 clear points in these fifth set deciders. Side out that maintains the momentum for the team from Russia. Remember, if you're joining us a little late, I did mention very early on in the match that they came third in their national league last year. Good to have them back for the first time in 7 years. Philosophy of developing local players. Is Arcangeli from Italy for the French team. Nice high setting, it's going to come from the back row. Attempt to push into space, well defended. This is good from both sides. Albrecht's put away, but it's tipped home. No complaints from the French. 7-4 now, Ekaterinburg. And there are far too many of Yang Fan's ladies missing in action. Rasic, who had a very poor start to the match, has been given a second chance. He's come on for Albrecht. Elena Rasic, one of the promising players in the game, tonight really hasn't shown any sort of shape of the form that we know she can produce. And that's a top serve. 8-4. That signals the swap. Tatiana Kozlova, whenever she has been used, I have to say today she really hasn't produced the goods. And all on the court is to help the team get hold of that reception. Set things up more confidently for them. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of Sophie Perron. Yang Fan will have some thinking to do today. Certainly won't be a happy chappy whatever happens, even if they do scrape their way out of this. Mihailovic, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, she had a big moment at the start of the match. What has happened to her? Since the midpoint in the second set, I think. She's only really appeared in fits and starts. Yang Fan knows that. He's giving not just her, but all of his team a right old talking to now. Unless there's a big run going to come there, it could well be a lost cause. 5 points difference. Timeout taken. Mihailovic, who serves so strong, spiked so well, and received like a dream in the opener. Is struggling, much like the rest of her team. Kozlova getting hold of it. Didn't really inspire confidence, but Markiewicz making sure she got the block touch. Back comes Centoni. That means that Tatiana Kozlova will sit down. Salina sets up wide. Estes, it's off the head of Centoni. Needs to be played here, fourth touch. Salina in the middle, Evgenia Estes. Great play from Mihailovic on reception. Yang Fan not happy with the pass there. And again, things just getting worse for Cannes now. 10-5, and if Ekaterinburg lose it from this position, then it's they who should be disappointed with themselves. Cannes, after having total control in the early part of this match, 1.5 sets in, and it seemed to disappear for them. Certainly kudos to Ekaterinburg on their comeback to the elite competition in Europe. Centoni getting his touch. Off Mihailovic, head goes down again. And if I were Yang Fan, not just calling second time out, I'd be using those in the substitute box a little more. I'm surprised that we haven't really seen any of Jelena Lozancic yet, the French international. big middle who can provide plenty of power, of course. She's already in her second spell at Cannes. There she is, number 17. One can only think that she's not fully fit. Of course, Victoria Ava has to be used a little more sparingly as well. 37 at the end of the month, she will be. (11-5). Take down by Arcangeli, the libero. It certainly wasn't clean. Rasic comes straight back at her. Still they go again. Chance to hit through long. Big chance to almost dictate the final sentence there from Ekaterinburg. They'll be happy just to slide out home from here. Nothing special they need. It's Cannes who have to come up with the goods now. Put home. Filipova, and they're within 3 of the win. Well, yet another block. And I'm afraid for Cannes that this is becoming a task that is far too great now. Out of your picture, Yan Fang. The coach shaking his head, he knows that it's done. Mihailovic in the corner, squeezes it through. There's a difference of 6 here, 13-7. Back comes Victoria Ava for one last dip at it. And it's Milena Rasic who has all the pressure heaped on her on serve. Straight into the net from Rasic, and that will be match point, and several of them. Salina serving, 7 match points here for Ekaterinburg. And who would have thought it after that first set? Service goes long, set up there. Chance for a counter-attack now. Salina sets into the corner, and there it is, home. A wonderful way to come back to the competition 7 years later on for Ekaterinburg. Shake of the hands between the two coaches. They know that both of their sides had up and down nights. But after a very, very strong, controlled start of the match from last year's sub-champions, the runners-up, for the moment, Cannes have really struggled. 3-2, 15-7 in the decider. Outplayed consistently in that one. Ekaterinburg it is, who are the surprise winners and the surprise package of Pool A. But of course, 5 matches still to come in this CEV Champions League. So first big upset of the season has arrived on the first night. And what a way to celebrate. It'll be a very, very happy flight back to Russia for those girls now. For Cannes, it's all about working hard and making sure that they're fit for their away day next week, where they really have to hit the ground running. So the celebrations will go on long into the night, I'm sure. It's not every day you can come to a stadium that is as much of a powerhouse and a fortress as this one and come away with exactly the result that you want. So 3-2. We'll leave you with the happy images of those Russian players. Remember to join us next week. We'll be in Friedrichshafen for the men's. And of course, join us for yet more from the CEV Champions League. From all the team here, thank you very much for joining us and a very good evening.